What is up, YouTube? I'm making this video as a kind of like my gear setup for airsoft because I want to start doing more airsoft stuff. I think it's gonna be kind of cool if I do it. So this is my complete gear setup, everything I carry on the field. It's updated, so I know that I made it like a little while ago, but I've kind of been spending more time with it the last couple of days and I kind of updated it. So let's go. So first thing we're gonna talk about is my weapon of choice, which is right now the M16 with the 5x scope zoom, which you guys can't see unfortunately. This is my homemade sling. It holds pretty good. You see how here's a belt, one of those sheep belts. It holds really good. So, but here I got 3 clips, kind of about 100 rounds each almost. You can see here, this is all the BBs I carry. So there's a lot of BBs. And I'm running my, one of my personal favorites, just because of how shit it is. So I'm running this, which is a, believe it was a Chinese pistol. So it's a make of a Chinese. So it's not too bad. It was about 11 rounds. Gets the job done. It's a pump pistol, see? So you have to pull it back. But, it does what's supposed to do, you know? So I carry one of these around because I have a mid-cap. Yeah, this is a mid-cap. So like I have to like actually pump it. There's no like space. Like, you see how there's nothing there, like no slot there. And then compared to this one, there's slots. So I mean I prefer these, but the mid caps are nice too. Then I'm also running my protective gear. As of June 9th, which is my birthday, I will not have to wear this, which is gonna be nice. Because you see this little netting right here can be a hassle because it, like when you talk or you breathe, it gets like saliva built up in it, so it can get very uncomfortable. And getting drinks on the field, if you need to get water or something, is you'd like undo this. I'll show you guys all my gear on in a second here. I'll make a second video with all my gear on, and it's not a fun journey. So here we got our dead rag, is what they're called. It's basically this giant red like rag. So we use to call out for dead. And then I have my pocket knife that I keep on me at all times. Because, you know, out here in the fields, we'd be, you never know if you have to deal with a snake or something, or, you know, anything like that. Sometimes, I think the one time I had a splinter, and I had to, like, use the knife to get the splinter out, so it's pretty gnarly. But I'm rocking these BBs right now. I usually carry this in my backpack, and I'll let this sit at, like, in the barn. But yeah, I like to sit at the barn, just because, you know, it's very loud. So you don't want to be running around with this. It'll kind of give you your position away. So when I'm practicing, I'll run these right here. They're just Under Armour glasses, as you can see right there. They're really good. They don't really fog up that easily, so they're good to practice with. Safety, main priority. So these are what I wear on the field. They're basically non-fog. You have a little protection right there for your eyes so you don't get tired. They're pretty good. They do fog up pretty quick though for being non-fog. So we have to put like spray on them so they don't really fog up that bad. But then this is my backpack. So this is actually, it's funny story because this is a water bag, right? It's supposed to have water in it. But it came broke. So instead of returning it and not having a bag, I decided to redneck it into a supply bag. So in this bag, right, we're going to put you guys down. You can see my face for a little bit here. So in this bag, right, we have multiple things. So we have a little bit of pain that we're in to get out, but alright, so we have 2 of these. They're blue patches. So what these basically are, so some games, when you're not doing a major event, there's normal day games, we'll obviously this domination / TDM type modes. So you want to wear these patches around your shoulder here. They'll be like right here. And what these do basically is signify that, you know, you're a part of a team. So like my team that day was blue, you can get red too. So you see that face again. How y'all doing? We got another one of these. So you have 2. You go both on both arms. That way, no matter what position you're in, you'll be seen. And I have so much shit in this bag. You also, this is left over from Rev. It's a heat warmer. a hand warmer, body warmer, however you want to say it. Basically, in the cold, you're going to want these, especially you can put them in your glove, in your shoes. Especially if you get wet, you can put them somewhere where it's wet, and actually kind of like sometimes dry you up in that location, so you don't have to worry about staying wet there. And this pouch, so I carry 3 different hats with me. I carry a winter hat, and I carry a Vietnam style fly cap. I'll show you in a minute here. And I also wear a hunting bright orange hat. So there's 3 different outcomes. So the hunting hat consists of this, just your generic hunting orange cap. This is so if I'm clearing buildings, here I'll put it on for you guys so you can see what I mean. I'll put all 3 hats on to show you. So in the game, right, you're gonna be like me. I wear a bunch of different type of gear, so I have to wear protection. So you can see right here, I'm wearing this. Don't mind the plate in the background. I haven't fucking cleaned my room today yet, so sorry about that. Anyway, so over here in the distance, we have this. So this is what I use. That's what I use when I'm in the city, because I don't mind getting seen when I'm in the city. Meanwhile, though, it's a pain in the ass to put on. This hat is what I wear if I'm sniping. You see I have a 5x scope, so I do a lot of range shooting with this thing. You've probably seen this a lot in Vietnam movies here, but you see how it's kind of like a wilderness hat, because it surprised me some protection against the elements. For example, if so the part of the field's on a swamp that I go to, so there is some bright areas or something. So what I can do is when I'm sniping, I can kind of lay down and don't have to worry about the sun piercing directly down my eyes. That I have this with my goggles with a giant 5x scope. You pretty much are good with sun for the most part. So you saw that. The next part in our bag of joy. So my winter hat. So this is what I use. I'm gonna start using now. I just recently got it. But this comes with a bunch of different things. So this winter hat, right, is also a very good hat for if you're trying to do something nice. So like if I would have this at Rev, it'd be nice because I had to set up a tent in the middle of the rain at like 2 in the morning almost. It was like 9 or 10, I don't remember. But it was late, it was pitch black, and I had to do it in the rain. So it was fun. But this hat has a built-in light. So this hat is comfy as well, but you'll see how there's a light right here. Let's see if I can turn it on for you guys. So it has a bunch of different settings. If I can find the fucking switch because I'm retarded. But yeah, there's a bunch of different settings. So yeah, it's a bunch of different settings, and that's good for if you're trying to set up a tent, like I said. It helps. But then we have, okay, so now we have 2 different types of gloves. Now, these gloves can range from, I usually use either these. These are my normal city gloves. They're like hard pad gloves. You can see how there's like a little different layer. These have been through hell, so they're a little ripped up, but I gotta get a new pair. But these, so I'll put them on for you so you can kind of get an idea what they look like on my hands. These gloves are really good for city clearing, and they help your hands not get blisters. When you're shooting your gun, you're playing a long time with the gameplay, your fingers are gonna get blisters like right here, like right there. So you don't want that to happen. So these protect your fingers. They're very maneuverable. Like it's not restraining or anything like that. I'll for you guys real quick. It's gonna be a longer video. Sorry about that, guys. So the next thing we're gonna be looking at here is my winter gloves. So I'm out in the winter, which is not too frequently because I'm in here in Virginia, but these are my other type of gloves. These are full around, just solid tip to wrist gloves, standard. I have 2 pairs of those. And that is all I have in this bag, so it's completely empty. So it's pretty thick. I mean, all that stuff came out of it, so it's pretty good. So then I'm also running this, which is just an outfit that I got at an Army surplus store. Basically, this was an outfit that was used in Afghanistan, or it might have been a Iraqi freedom. And I did some some rednecking to it. Yeah, I cut the fans off because they were all the way down here, so I didn't want a super long, especially in the heat. I didn't want that, so I got rid of that. I modified it for my liking. And then this is my vest, which I'm looking into getting a new vest, but right now this is the vest I'm rocking with. You can see it holds 4 things, usually 3 mags, and I usually have my speed reloader. But yeah, that's my setup. I'll make a separate video on with my gear on, just because I don't know how long it's going to take me to get all the gear on. It takes a while. But I love you guys. You're one of a kind. Get ready for the next video. Until the next one, it's been your boy. Peace.